What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another damn
Another damn
podcast.
podcast.
Presented by
Our damn
Damn
selves.
Fellas, episode 335. And we back up in this bitch. Yeah. Took the week off, a little R&R. The kid was coming from out of town. I was like, you know what? Let's just sit this one out, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was a
And
lot
I
going on.
thank you for that because sometimes, as a person who I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist, but I do like having stuff done and I like having it done right. I
Yeah.
guess I is a perfectionist, but it's like, I'm like, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do it. And now I'm like, you know what? It's just my plate is full. It's just too much on the plate.
I was set to do it as well, but then I was like, yeah, we can sit this one out. Yeah.
I was too, and then I was just like, yeah. I said, so if I do it like this, and and then you just like, nah, just cool out. You was like, no, have a seat. You was like, have a seat to me, because if you wouldn't have said that, I would have been pushing myself and
Oh yeah,
pushing,
we would have had a show,
and
but
pushing,
yeah, it's said we could chill out, yeah.
and I would have been strained and all that. So I'm glad you said, you know what, calm it down because it's no way that I would have just been like that. And that's something that I'm trying to work on myself is learning when to just be like, learning when to just fall back. Like I'm trying to get better about that because as long as I see that if I can accomplish something, I'm like, I can do it no matter what the situation is. And I know I need to get better at that. I know I do.
Yeah.
But thank you for recognizing that and doing that. But last week, actually, as I was saying, I was coming back from Las Vegas. So yay. I had a Vegas weekend trip. Me and the hubby, we were celebrating our anniversary. So we went and we
10
had
years.
some Vegas fun. 10 years, yes. So, we did that and it was nice being away. People was like, you guys didn't take the kids? No. So yeah, y'all
It
didn't take
was
the kids
it was
too?
a vacation, not a vacation.
Thank you. I'm like, anniversary with me and my husband. What part of that
Anniversary,
scream
yeah,
and
because
family with
less
you?
less you got the ghetto families, no shade, but yeah, like the
As you
kids
gave me
be there
shady.
for the wedding night and shit. Yes.
As you go extra shady.
As I throw shade, yeah. So yeah, the kids weren't there. So yeah, there you go. They weren't there when you got it.
Miss Ariane was trying to go. She's like, yeah, well, I want to go. And it was like, nope, this isn't that type of trip. And then she was texting me. I'm like, Ari, I miss you, mommy. I love you, mommy. She's
Text me a
texting.
couple of times while y'all were gone too.
I
Just
love you, mommy. But sweet girl though.
she's
But
become
we did get some.
Ariana's become quite the text queen
She
now.
is. She's a text queen. She'd be texting me, and then she sends like the emojis and little stuff like that, and the little gifs and stuff. Like she's gotten. I don't know why she's gotten so good with that, um, but oh, the thing that we did see while we were out there, we did get to see the Michael Jackson experience, the Cirque du Soleil. That was really cool. What I didn't know is that this is its 10th year also. So it's been doing this for 10 years. So I didn't know that. So a nice little full circle that for our 10 year, we got to see the Michael Jackson experience that's been running for 10 years in Vegas. And those Cirque du Soleil people, they're the truth. Like like I've never been to Cirque du Soleil and it's like they was doing some stuff. They were like flying from the ceiling and popping out the ground. And they were really
Last
good.
time I went to Vegas is when we went is like it was a Michael Jackson experience.
Oh yeah, in 2009. Yeah.
His premiere, yeah. And like ran into like the most random celebrity interaction I had. It was probably Don King. So who's
Okay.
the most random celebrity you met is probably gonna say Don King is at the top of that list. Who meets Don King? Is like it's just so
Mine
random.
was Todd Bridges that same day because I
God
didn't know
was at that
Todd
same.
Bridges.
Yeah, that's pretty random.
Willis.
Yeah.
You Willis.
Some Joe Jackson is pretty random too. So even though I did meet him in Gary before too, so I met him a couple of times. It's like yeah, but
You met Teddy Riley.
that's I forgot. Yeah, it's like it was just Floyd Mayweather was
Floyd
there.
Mayweather. Like it was like just it was a lot going on.
Yeah, it's like Don King probably being the most random.
Okay.
People ask you like what's people like, especially like me, I've been doing radio for like over 20 years at this point. It's like
Mhm.
so people do ask me like who's the most interested celebrity, your favorite celebrity. The random is always Don King. It's like
Right.
so the Michael Jackson This Is It premiere in Vegas. Don King was there. No, yeah, I say, hey, what's up? Yeah, because you know Don King, you see him, the hair, and then he's just like flamboyant as hell. Is like Don
Only
King.
in America.
Yeah, Don King is he's like got a huge personality, so you know
Very
right
much
away that
so.
was him. But probably it's definitely the most random celebrity. I would say Don King. It's like,
And they were setting up for I think it was the Formula Racing.
okay.
But they were doing like how like they did here was it NASCAR. It was like one of the racing
They
things that
did
they were
NASCAR
doing.
in Chicago. Also.
It may have been Formula. It was one of the racing things that they did because basically they were going to shut down Vegas Boulevard.
Yeah.
And because
Strip.
like the
Also don't
stands were
know.
right there in front of the Bellagio. So like they were blocking the fountain so you couldn't even see the fountain because it was like the stands were like right there in front of
Like
the Bellagio.
they like when they ran down Columbus and Lakeshore, they blocked our fountain.
Yeah, like they blocked the
They
what is it they were blocking fountains, right? Why are they blocking fountains? I just thought
when
about
they did
that.
NASCAR in Chicago, the stands were right there where the fountain was.
But it was right there. Because they're like, yeah, you can't see. But then when you go inside the Bellagio, you can still see. You have to just go inside and watch it from like the window like this to watch the show.
You
And
gotta
people
get
will stand on the side still
get the
watching.
inverted view. Yeah,
Yeah, but you couldn't watch it from the street from Las Vegas Strip. You couldn't watch it from the
regular view. You couldn't watch it. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I was like, who does this? I'm like, why would they? And then I was telling my when we were doing the lift and the stuff like that, and we were telling our drivers, we were like, yeah, we did. It was like they did this in Chicago, and I was like they shut down downtown Chicago when they did this. So I don't know. I guess like racing people are like just trying to try something new. Like let's race on a really busy
Oh,
street in these large cities.
shout out to the cats who may or may not have gotten box Chevys onto the track. Where'd that story come from?
That sounds totally made
It's
up.
hilarious. Just the idea of like
Box
box
Chevy.
Chevys like sneaking on the track is just hilarious. Like that's just the idea of that
Box
cracks me
Chevy.
the fuck up.
Oh my gosh. But the thing should be going on like probably around this time. They said they were preparing for it and
Yeah, they were setting up, so
they were setting up.
either
So
they just had it or they're about to have it, something like that.
yeah, they were about to have it. So
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, good times. I definitely gotta go back to Vegas. I saw the new sphere thing that they have. It's like a big sphere, and it puts like digital stuff on the outside of it. Because when we were landing, it was like a jack-o'-lantern on it. So, and the pumpkin was like blinking and doing,
It was around Halloween the last time I went to Vegas. Because they used to do the Fright Dome at Circus Circus. The Dome, they turned it into the Fright Dome at that time. I think they stopped doing that, but yeah. That was like a huge attraction for when the Fright Dome was big, like for Halloween at that time. Because we went, I was like, you gotta check out the Fright Dome. Damn it.
Yeah, because I like haunted houses.
Yeah.
We didn't check out any haunted houses while we were there.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like chill.
We ain't got the Fright Dome no more. That's why.
The downside about being in Chicago, and I saw an interesting post. It made me crack up. Where they said that Chicagoans are unimpressed by everything, and I'm like, it's kind of true. We're kind of like Chicagoans. We
Yeah,
are.
there's only like a few like I do like the Strip. That's one of the I liked New York. Is like it's very few skylines that get me hyped. LA was nice. So you see, these are big cities that get me.
Yeah.
But usually when I go and check out the sound, like this, we go to downtown, like this is it. It's like
I hear whatchamacallit is nice. I want to get to New Orleans. I hear New Orleans is nice.
Yeah, like the French Quarter and all of that.
I hear that's nice. But the thing that like that we're unimpressed by is the food because no shade, but when we were in Vegas, that food was not like a lot. Like most of the places we went, we was like we were just like it was like only like one place where we were like okay this is good like this well two places were like two places were hits, the others were misses for us. We were like like just like
that's because they ain't got mild sauce in Vegas. Give me some Harold. Give me two breasts with mild sauce. That's my go-to with Harold's. If y'all want to bring me some Harold's, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. No slaw.
It was like a food court type thing or whatever. And then when we went, and we were like, oh, okay, pizza. We went, we got that pizza was not hidden. That pizza was nasty. We was like, this is so nasty, this pizza. Like it had like a weird cheese. It was like 14, but it was like this weird cheese, like a soft cheese that was on top of it. Like, I don't know what they were doing. Like this, and we don't get down like this in Chicago. This is
There's only two ways to do pizza and shit. Yeah.
like this ain't it. But
Yep.
I will say that about being in Chicago, especially with food. Like whenever you go to places, you are going to be sorely disappointed with food if you're from Chicago, because like you said, they don't have mild sauce. That might be part of it.
So when I was in LA, they knew I was from Chicago when I asked for grilled onions. That's
for grilled onions.
Giveaway. So are you from Chicago? I was like, how the hell you know it's because of the grilled onions? Like, oh, okay, I didn't know that was like, I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, I thought everybody grilled their onions. Yeah, but I guess they don't.
I'm trying to have like some Chicago staples because we were in Planet Hollywood. They had a Garrett's popcorn there because we saw people, they would stand in line for Garrett's. I'm like, oh,
just like here.
I was like, that's interesting. They got Garrett's here. Okay.
And I guess no matter where you go, you're gonna stand in line.
Stand in line for Garrett's.
Well, Vegas or Chicago, yeah. You ain't if you thinking about doing a quick drive by, you're gonna be in for awakening. Like Garrett's is an experience. You're gonna wait in line for Garrett's.
Maybe it was near the Mirage.
If you don't want to wait, they do offer like now they have like the I'm not dead. No, you still gonna wait with that because everybody grow. But you can't. They do have it in the supermarkets. The Garrett's, you know.
Oh yeah, the prepackaged shit.
Yeah, so like, but it's not the same. It's like
not the same.
Garrett's, that's cool, but it's not the same though.
It's not the same.
The popcorn is good, the prepackaged, but it's like not the, it'd be like hot and like gooey.
Hot and the cheese is like
you're not gonna get the gooiness like with the supermarket. Mm-hmm. It's like the gooiness you're not gonna get.
And I want to say near the Mirage, I want to say they had a Giordano's because I saw the sign for it. I was like, they got a Giordano's here. I was like, interesting.
So either Chicago, either deep dish or thin and squares. That's the only way pizza should be served. Any other way is bullshit. Any other way, throw that shit out. Yeah. Sorry, New Yorkers.
Yeah, but thank you for letting me relax, though. Thank you for that. And now I feel rejuvenated. It took me like most of the week to get back because the 2-hour time difference does. Like we was both like coming back. We were like, because that 2 hours does make a difference.
That West Coast time. Yeah.
It does because I'm waking up thinking that it's late and then it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. And then I just got in the bed like after 2 and I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah, but another reason why you might feel refreshed too, because daylight savings time.
Yeah, we feel back.
So we back on Central Standard now. So yeah, we fell back. So you get that extra hour. You definitely notice it. So I got a little pep in my step right now. I was like, I definitely feel that extra hour.
Yeah, I woke up. I was like, okay. Yeah, woke up, got all my work done. Yeah. I was like, yep, let me get my cleaning done. Let me get my stuff. Let me get
That's another reason. We took the week off last week and we got that extra hour because we ended up because daylight savings time ended. So yeah. So we definitely got a little pep in my step today.
All in time to prepare for what's coming. This busy ass, crazy ass holiday season.
When we get to that, also coming back to Chicago, shout out Babe. Like she's her time in Daytona is over as well. So Babe is en route to coming back home. So happy about that.
That's good.
Reunited and she'll be back. Yeah, so excited about that.
Good. But this holiday season is now we're officially in Christmas time now.
Oh yeah, it's Christmas time in Chicago. Mom cooking in collard green.
Because what they always say, okay, October 31st, Halloween, November 1st, Mariah Carey, all I want for Christmas is you. They always have the meme of that. Like, okay, now we're in Christmas. And I'm like, okay, what happened to Thanksgiving?
What happened to Donny Hathaway? I'm just saying. Or boy, yeah, why is it Mariah? I'm just saying. She can sit her ass down. I'll take Boys to Men or Donny Hathaway. Mariah can sit her ass down. I'll take the Temptations, yeah. On my
in my
mind.
mind.
Yeah, I take that and shit.
I take boo boop, boo boop,
Oh,
boo boop,
yeah.
boo
You
boop. I can't go wrong with Eartha Kitt.
been old school and shit. Kid took it back to the OG to the
The
50.
54 convertible, light blue.
Might as well say,
54.
might as well say Nat King Cole, chestnuts roasting.
That's a good one too.
Both came out around that same time. They
Classic,
both
like
in
in
the
the
50s,
50s.
both of those are in the, yeah. Those are some of the earliest Christmas songs. Those about Alex Sleigh Ride. About Santa Claus go straight to the ghetto. James Brown in this bitch. Yeah, let's go.
But we definitely are in holiday season because we went to
We already
Sam's.
singing all the songs, damn it.
And we went to Sam's Club the other day and they had the whole, like the Christmas ornaments. Like, you know, when you first walk in, it's like the whole display and the kids are just walking looking like, why is Christmas stuff up already? Aria asked me that and I said,
already. It's like, yeah, ain't early. I can see if it was Labor Day and you said that, but this ain't, so this is not early.
and I said,
we deep
Ari,
in November now. It's Christmas season.
I told her that. I said, pretty. And then she asked me, she said, what about Thanksgiving? I said, baby, people don't.
Nobody cares.
I said, Thanksgiving. I said, Thanksgiving is the bomb.
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, but nobody cares.
It's bald headed at this point.
At least at least that Black Friday shit, they starting to push that back to the side at least.
They are.
Walmart said nope, we closing Thanksgiving. We open back up Friday morning. So like, and other retailers are following suit. Like Walmart, Walmart is kind of the industry leader because they're the biggest retailer in the world.
They are.
If Walmart does it, other stores will follow behind them. It's like, yeah.
And I feel like you can have your doorbell at 5 a.m. on Friday,
which is how traditionally how it's been.
Do your doorbell at 5 a.m. on Friday.
But when I was a kid, it was like that.
Yeah, the doorbell at 5 a.m.
5 a.m., 6 a.m., depending on where you went. It's like, yeah. About to go old school. I remember Montgomery Ward is opening at 6 a.m. back in the day on Black Friday. I remember that shit. It's like, yeah.
Here's opening at 6. I remember that on Saturday night.
Get the big screen 32-inch for that Montgomery Ward. Electric Avenue.
I did not say the big screen 32-inch.
What it was back. That was big screen
when
back.
we were kids. 27 with like the surround sound. Oh, you were hot shit. You were hot shit with that.
Because 21 was probably standard, yeah. If you had 24, you were kind of balling, yeah. If you had a 27, you were kicking ass. If you had 32, you were rich.
You were a boss.
That's all it was back then.
You were bossing with 32.
32 would have been the floor model. It was like the big ass, floor model TV back then. The big ass cabinet, you know what I'm saying? That would have been 32 back then, the floor model and shit. Cabinet. Yeah. You were kicking ass. You had that shit, yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously Walmart and Sam's are the same parent company, obviously. And Sam's, I saw their side, close Thanksgiving, close Christmas, close New Year's Eve or whatever.
They already got their schedule out, yeah.
They had their schedule on the door.
Day, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, we close all of that shit.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I know definitely Christmas and Thanksgiving. I think that they closed on New Year's Day, I want to say.
Pretty sure, yeah. Most places close New Year's Day.
But they had all their stuff listed. I'm like, yep, so... Very good. Let the associates have.
That's why it started, because 2020 was rough for all of us, especially essential workers like that. It's like, so they said, as a reward for all your hard work, we're gonna give you the day off, and it just stuck ever since. Like they haven't opened since Thanksgiving ever since that. Yeah, it's like it started as like Walmart rewarding their workers for like getting through it. Yeah, because like okay, we're not gonna have that sales start at 3 p.m. Thursday nonsense. It's like, yeah, we're gonna give you all a day off. It's like
the worst. Yeah. The worst. Like I said, I saw one with Kohl's where they was like, Black Friday sales start at 2 p.m. on Thursday.
Yeah.
I was like,
silly at one point.
PM? 2?
You're starting to get close to like whatever, like noon sales. It's starting getting silly.
At 2 o'clock, you're probably just about to get in the shower, to start the shower, to get ready to go to where you're gonna go.
Or you're putting the finishing touches if you're hosting. It's like, yeah.
If you're hosting, you're putting on your finishing touches. If you're hosting,
sure your house looks right and all. You putting the finishing touch. I mean, you can't make sure the place setting. You making sure your shit is right. It's like, yeah.
Which is gonna be my reality share.
Yeah. So that's what you'll be doing at 2 o'clock, making sure the house is right.
Now, if you want to come by and help, you can.
That's I quickly changed the song.
I turned down no help, but people We need me to help you? Yeah, come on down. Come on down.
Wow,
Come on, help me.
price sound like the price is right. Come on down.
I turned down no help. You need help with something? Absolutely. You can come on and help. What they say, if you come early, you part of the setup crew. That's what they say. If you come to a Black person's house early, you're part of the setup.
Early. If you tell me the time, like that's the earliest I'm coming, like is the B time, and even then you still kind of early. They say be there at 4, and you get there at 4, you still early.
Yeah,
we never on time. RP is like, yeah, you still setting shit up. It's like
set up.
Yeah, grab that right there. It's like so really come at 5 and shit. Really, if you don't want to be early,
I need about 15 more minutes on the food. The food is still cooking. I need about 15 more minutes. It's like, yeah.
grab them chairs over there, right? It's like you still motherfuckers helping you that show up on time.
You part of the setup crew.
Like that. Oh, hand me that tablecloth over there. Like,
well, honestly, I am excited and I am looking forward. Like these are jokes. I'm just being, I am excited and I am looking forward to actually hosting in my house. Like, like I actually have a house now to host in. So it's like, yay. So I feel,
encouraged.
Like how Grandma and Pa felt like being at their
tradition
house.
Going, yeah, because that's where it started. Grandma and Pa having their Thanksgivings down and their luxurious brownstone where kids.
And that was like my favorite memories being there. Just
those Thanksgiving dinners. Like I still
seeing all my cousins and my aunts and my uncles and just seeing everybody, seeing my grandparents, and then Graham sweet potato pie.
Oh yeah, pie slapped. Yeah,
the peach cobbler. Just
and Uncle Pat and them took the traditions next. It's like, yeah, we then shout out cousin Mel. She did it.
Mel, yeah, she did.
That was the kids' turn.
Yeah. Yay. Yay. So lots of fun.
We mentioned Vegas. Let's start here then. We talking about it. NBA potentially could be adding 2 new expansion teams.
Yes,
so Adam Silver was teasing that. I don't know when this would happen. Like whenever TV rights gets negotiated, like stuff like this happens. Like NBA is their TV deals might be coming up soon. So like when they negotiate, they do TV rights. And like you always like the money always goes up, especially in sports and shit. Yeah. So like, when they get that new TV deal, say like let's add 2 new teams, and like the 2 markets they're talking about are Vegas, which and also the return of the Supersonics.
They were saying that when I was in Vegas.
Would be like,
they were saying that to me. Like I was talking to somebody in Vegas, and they were showing me potentially where the arena would
Vegas,
go. Because
Seattle,
like a big plot.
They talking about, yeah.
It was like a big plot of. They're like, yeah, right there is where I'm
the Vegas arena, probably next to the football stadium. Yeah, like
that's what they said. Yeah,
modern cities are doing that. Like except Chicago, we do it ass back. We move into Arlington, our foot. But like most cities, like George, like all they buildings are together. Like Detroit, all they build where the Pistons, the Lions, like the where all they play is like all they buildings are together. They built all those stadiums in the same area. That's how like cities are doing now. Like put all of the sports shit, like the arena. You have the sports arena, the football stadium, and the baseball park. They're putting all of that shit together.
That's nice when you do it like that.
Georgia, Atlanta did it like that too. Like because like where the Hawks play and then where the Falcons, all of that. It's like the Braves. They put all of that shit together.
Nice.
So like it's easy. It's like all the stuff is in the same area. So it makes sense like Vegas because they're a new they just got their football team. Shout out the Raiders. It's like who left Oakland twice. Hey, everybody shits on the Warriors left Oakland too. They went to Santa. Everybody keeps shitting on Oakland. The A's is the only one still hanging around. So shout out to Oakland A's. But you still got the A's. Because the Raiders, like they left Oakland because they left for LA like back in the 80s. You remember that? The LA Raiders, like you remember, and if you're an NWA fan, you knew about the LA Raiders because like they wore Raiders gear all the time.
Raiders gear, they wore all the time. The Raiders gear.
Then they went back to Oakland, and then the Rams left during that time too. So for like 20 years, LA didn't have football, which had to suck because they had 2 teams. He went from having 2 teams to no teams. Now they got 2 teams again in LA. So like because the Raiders and the Rams left around the same time, and now the Raiders left again and went to Vegas this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
the
we saw
Rams
that random when we were coming from the airport. We saw it, Kyle. It's right there. We were like, oh, it was like there's the
where the
okay.
Raiders.
We were like, wow, that's the sports that's football stadium. Wow, okay.
Where the Raiders play, yeah. Which I know
And they
some
would tell
people
me
that
that.
know some people that have gone and seen the Bears in Las Vegas. I'm not one of them,
Yeah.
but no, especially this sorry ass team. I'm not traveling. I'm not gonna go see them here. So I'm definitely not traveling to see the Bears. If you gave me free tickets, I might go, but yeah, I'm not traveling to see Bum.
Yeah, it was depressing seeing them play the Chiefs. So he was like just like watching them get. He's like, I'll go to the Chiefs game to see the Chiefs play a good team, but he was like watching that Bears. He was like, yikes.
Was Taylor Swift at the game he was at? I don't know. Was she there? I don't know.
I think she was.
Was she there? I don't know. Because like they've become the Kansas City Swifties now. So people call them. They don't even call them the Chiefs anymore.
I think she was at that game.
Was she there? Fucked up how she took over the fucking team. And they're like one of the better teams. It's like they are top 5. Like, yeah, they did the defending champs. Some will say they are the best team in football. It's like they definitely a top 5 team in football. It's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. They're definitely top 5, but people are calling them the Swifties, which is fucked up. And the Bears play the Swifties just like that.
Goofy. That's what they are with that. But it would be interesting to see if they do get like a team there. Like I said, I want to see how Superstars, like, because I mean,
yeah, it was fucked up what happened, how they lost their team.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hate to see that happen, especially a city like that is like mm-hmm. the Seattle, the Supersonics were part of. They were like 40 years or something when they left. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like when the Grizzlies left Vancouver. They were barely in Vancouver. They were there like maybe 5 years, and like had never made the playoffs. So when they left, it made sense. It's like, but a team that 40-year history to just leave, like mm-hmm. that's fucked up. It'd be like if the Bulls left now. Like the Bulls been there like what? Over like 50 years. Yeah, 50 years. Yeah, like, it'd be like that. It's like way too much like put in that team. It's like, yeah. So like the Supersonics fans, they still upset. And that was what, almost 20 when 2008? Yeah, going on like 15 years or something like that when they mm-hmm. left. It's like, yeah. And they still pissed off about that. And it's been 15 years. So like
it's time for them to get a team.
I like to see the get that team back, yeah.
Come on, Gary Payton, go back, make it happen.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Young Kevin Durant, he was like, well, his rookie season was with the Supersonics. A lot of people don't realize that because they relocated his second year. They relocated to OKC. Yeah. So yeah, rookie Kevin Durant, he started as a Supersonic. Yeah.
Supersonic. Mm-hmm.
More Ray Allen. Yeah, I'm thinking of some of the most famous Sonics of all time. Yeah, Ray had a good run there. Gary and Sean were probably the best run.
Yeah, Sean Kemp and Gary Payton.
They ran it.
They made 96 when they played the Bulls.
They just ran into them 72-10 Bulls.
Yeah, 96. Yeah.
There was no way they would win, even when Gary when Gary put the glove on Mike, which is why which is where that meme came from. Mike looking at the iPad like.
Why? Yeah.
No, Gary didn't put the glove on him.
He didn't put the glove on him, but
since we talking sports, yes, Sean. And since we talking sport, we're gonna get to all of that too. Since we talking sports, guys, shout out, congratulations going out the Texas Rangers. They won the World Series.
I wasn't even paying attention because I don't watch baseball.
Nobody
I don't watch baseball.
Well, so this Charlemagne joke all the time. He says that baseball ain't been good. That's not since they got off steroids. He's like, I ain't like baseball since they were, which is like baseball did slap back in the day with Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and Sammy. Like when they were on steroids. When they were on steroids, it was better. I gotta agree.
my experience with baseball was when they did Homer at the bat in The Simpsons. That was my
had like some of those names, like Griffey. Like though Griffey wasn't on the shit, but he was like big during that time.
Jose Canseco, Roger Clemens,
Darryl Strawberry is like that's
Ozzy and the Straw.
What an era of baseball! What an era!
Because they had like some of like the greatest like. Yeah. Those players that they have, like some of like the who's
that particular era, that was some huge names, like But that's the last time baseball was good because everybody was on steroids. Now they got off steroids. Nobody cares. But the Rangers did win their first World Series, so I got to congratulate them. They beat the Diamondbacks. I
Oh
didn't.
yeah.
I didn't watch a minute of it, but I follow because I do a sports report on the Breakfast Club. So yeah, so that's like I reported on that one. Didn't see. I did watch the highlight of the final out, just like so I did see when they got the out and then the celebration and all of that. So I did see that, but I didn't watch 1 minute of that World Series though. Well, congrats going out to the Texas Rangers, first in franchise history. That's always exciting. Because I remember when the Bulls won their first title in franchises in '91. I remember that. Yeah.
And now it will come in a distant memory, our last time.
25 years is definitely
25 years at this point now.
Third over 30 for that first one. Yeah. And then also happened recently, like the memories been popping up when the Cubs won the 26.
The Cubs, yeah, that came up in my timeline.
All over my timeline, yeah, because it just
it was like 8 years ago. Yes, right. Yeah.
This happened is like
7 years ago. 7 years because it's 2016. 7 years ago.
7 years ago, this happened. Yeah. It's like
And Marcus almost took Ariana to the celebration because he really wanted to go. And he's like, I'm going to take. I said, no, you're not.
Ariana was a baby behind you.
He was a baby. He was like, I want to take her to because I want her to experience. I'm like, no. But he woke up late, so it didn't end.
Not taking my baby to especially that. Like, and this was like 5 million.
It was 5 million people out there. I'm glad he woke up late because he woke up late and he's like, oh, I'm not going to make it down there because, you got to wake up and be there early to get, So he woke up late and he was like, yeah, we just stayed home and watched it on TV. I said, good, because if you had my baby out there, I would have been pissed if he would have took my baby out there with them 5 million people. She was only one.
I hadn't watched any baseball like since like another memory happened. Which was 18 years ago now was
when the Sox won
like our dad died that same night. Like he died like a few hours after they won the World Series.
After they won, yeah.
So I remember nothing about that. Like I don't remember any celebrations. Like I remember I pretty much blocked all of that out. But that popped up in my timeline too about the White Sox. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, that was 18 years. I remember a lot about the Cubs. Like I remember very little about the White Sox winning. It's like
Marcus was like really thinking that Marcus was like when he went and did something one night when they won, he said, okay, now I gotta do the exact same thing that I did the other night because they won because I did this. And I'm like,
sports fans are hilarious like that. Like, really think that our bullshit like helps the team. It's like I wear the same clothes every Sunday. It's like, no matter how funky they get, it's like, the Bears won when they had this shirt on. So you're gonna wear this shirt every Sunday, not wash it or nothing, but wear it every Sunday for the rest of the season. It's like, especially they go on a streak. It's like, the last time they lost, I didn't wear this shirt. It's like, you really think that you having that shirt on is why they win it? Not their hard work and shit. Like you wearing a funky ass shirt is why they win it. It's like
he did that.
But as sports fans, we do shit like that though.
Him and his friend went to like a bar to watch it, and then they went. He's like, so now we gotta go back to that same bar to watch it again because
then they got washed. Let me guess that. Then they got washed the next time you went to that bar.
No, we gotta do exactly what we did. So I mean, but him being a huge Cubs fan,
one of my funniest memories involving Marcus was the year before that. The
Back to the Future year,
2015, yeah. And the Cubs were playing the Mets. So yeah, this was it was the National League Championship. So winner would have gone to the World Series.
Would have gone to the World Series.
It wasn't the World Series, but like it was like you were almost there. It's like
you were almost there.
So it was an elimination game. It's like, Cubs had been like getting their ass whipped, and then they got blown out in that game. So I sent a meme of the Back to the Future of Marty and Doc and Back to the Future 2.
The paper is changing.
The paper's changing. The Mets are beating the shit out of the Cubs. For those that don't remember, in that movie, Cubs win World Series.
Win the World
storyline. It's like, which even like, well, I guess even back in the 80s, the Cubs winning the World Series was like, they sucked.
They had one since 1908.
So Cubs winning the World Series was like Cubs winning.
And Back to the Future came away in 1988. Second one,
89, I think. Yeah, 89.
Yeah.
So Marty was confused, like, Cubs win World Series. It's like, yeah, he was looking. Because
that was a thing that was like the big thing, like, our Cubs are going to win. Like, did Back to the Future predict?
Then as we got closer to 2015, it's like people kept looking as like, because the Cubs, like, they were starting to get good around that time.
Yeah, they were.
Are they actually going to win the World Series in 2015? Like, people started really like, yeah, why? Then once we hit 2015, people really started watching the Cubs closely. And they had that moment there where they could have made it to the World Series, but then the Mets got in their way. The Mets are beating the shit out of the Cubs.
But they were only a year off. They were pretty close. They almost predicted. They were only a year off. Almost.
They got their ass kicked.
No, I said, but they almost predicted it. They said 15, they came 16. So they were pretty almost there with the prediction. So pretty cool, but
when the Marlins moved to Miami, like, that was another layer to it. Is like, Miami didn't even have a baseball team back in.
Yeah, they didn't.
Then when Marlins said, okay, yeah, now, yeah, it's one step closer. Yeah, now Miami got to see. Is it going to happen? Remember when the Marlins moved, everybody was saying, like, yeah, so it means the Cubs can actually play like a Miami team now.
A Miami team,
it was hilarious. I was like, y'all are hilarious, man. Got one step closer with that, but let's circle back to Jordan. Yeah, we're gonna talk about you saw Marcus Jordan, him and Scottie Pippen. Yeah, like they recently sat down on a podcast, and Marcus wants Michael to be his best man when he marries Scottie Pippen.
He said it's tradition that
who you all call Larsa Pippen, but I call her Scottie Pippen. He was like, yeah, he's like, I was your best man, and I was the best man, and for my brother's way, so it's tradition. You need to be my best. He's like, whatever he says. So I guess like he was his best man when Michael married his current wife. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I guess like with the Jordan men.
Yeah.
So which is a nice tradition.
Maybe the two sons were the best men. Yeah, Marcus and Jeff might have been his best man in his current. Yeah. And then he said he was the best man for Jeff's wedding, I guess, too. So now you got to be it for like when I married Thotty. It's like Mike already said he don't like that broad, like, right? He's like, he said, "Why are you marrying that hoe?" It's like, I didn't hear him actually say that, but that's how I heard it when I saw.
He gave a very politically correct answer. That basically said, like, he's grown, and if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. Kind of like, I'm not cheerleading behind him, but if that's what he wants to do, he's grown, basically.
His best man, and that's when I took it personal.
Jared Grohl has Tibbs as his best man, so I mean, I like to see the pictures from that. That's kind of because Tibbs is he's an interesting person. I would love to see the pictures of that. So.
The greatest wedding party of all time is Ahmad Rashad. He had Bill Cosby and O.J. Simpson in his wedding when he married Felicia. Greatest wedding party of all time. O.J. Simpson and Bill Cosby. Ain't nobody's topping that. So walking meme, that fucking wedding party.
What? Michael, like I said, in so many words, he said that his son's grown or whatever, because Marcus Jordan is.
You know what I mean? Was like, stop it. You know, Michael Jordan. I think it was
stop it. Get some help. Yeah.
He said that to Michael. He said, I'm marrying Scottie Pippen. Just stop it.
Because Marcus is about 34, 35, something like that. He's very grown.
Yeah. They're in their 30s. I think all of his kids, from his first marriage, are in their 30s now. I think all of them.
Mm-hmm. Because Jordan's a papa, he got grandkids. He's a papa, so
yeah. I know Jasmine got she had a kid. I'm not sure about the boys. Like
yeah, he's a papa. So
I definitely know that Jasmine, she had a baby.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just so dicey, their whole thing, and the reason why I just feel like this is just so uncomfortable for me, it's not the fact. I know people keep on pointing out the fact that it's a May-December relationship because she's close to 50 and he's like in his mid-30s. That's not the issue.
Scottie Pippen for me.
Age is not the issue.
The known fight is why. That's what I have with it.
Well, no. Well, let's take it a step further. Not the fact that the fact that she's a known thotty because she was with the Beasley guy.
It's like it's like how many NBA players has she been with? Come on,
yeah. But Lee Beasley, yeah, because like she almost ruined his family. He almost lost his family because of her. But no, the thing that really just grosses me is that at some point you crossed paths with him when he was a kid. You can't say you didn't cross paths with him. That's the thing that grosses
Mike
me
and Scotty played together for a long time, like about a decade, like over a decade. So about a decade because Mike took a break in there. Let's say about a decade.
Yeah. And they seemed like they had a good relationship. It didn't seem like they would just work. Like some people are just your work people. Okay, I go to work and I go home. I don't associate.
Not only that, but they won championships, and we see at these the families are there.
The families are there
at these rallies in Grant Park. They had their families at them rallies.
Juanita was right there with the kids.
Yeah,
and everyone.
And Juanita was there too. It's like
Juanita was there front and center with the kids.
Fadi and their kids were there. Like so y'all didn't cross paths. It's like
so that's my thing is that at some point maybe Mike had like a 4th of July barbecue at his house with the 23 on the gate, and your wife and you probably came over and had some barbecue. Why wouldn't they? I mean, like I said, it seemed like you guys had a good rapport. Like, I'm not saying they were besties by no means. That's not what I'm saying, but it seemed like they had a relationship outside of just playing for the Bulls. It seemed like they had a good relationship until recently. But it's like, that's my thing. You cross paths with him at some point. So it's different. Like I said, if you meet somebody who's a fully grown person, you're older than them, that's different. Like if you're like 10, 15 years older than somebody you met them when they was grown,
even 20 years older than somebody, y'all are grown.
Yeah, that's different if you guys are grown. But if you met somebody as a child.
If you like 60 and 40, like who gives a fuck?
Yeah, that's the same. Y'all are grown as hell.
Gives a shit.
Y'all are grown.
Yeah.
Now, if you 18, the person's 35. Then that's that's creepy.
Or if you 28, better when they were 8. Yeah,
yeah, that's very creepy.
That's super creepy. It's like
you're a whole creep if you do that. You're a whole creep. You're a whole creep.
You met him at 8, but if you like 60 and 40, who gives a shit? It's like
y'all are grown. Yeah. Y'all are both y'all are very well consenting adults at that point. But if you met somebody as a child, you can't holler at them later, no matter what they say, no matter how much, they're my type, they're fine, however much. No, if you met somebody as a child, you were
lines that shouldn't be crossed, and that's one of them. Yeah. That's one of them.
At all.
Shouldn't be crossed,
at all.
But it goes deeper than that for me, even. Like I think it goes even deeper because she has a budding reality TV career. And that's what all of this is for, I believe. It's like, I think Thotty Pippen is trying to be the next Kardashian. She wants to be the next reality star.
She hung out with them. She used to hang out with them Kardashians.
She learned, she was sat under their learning tree. She learned and said,
Well, she first was on the Real Housewives of.
She's on them now, the Real Housewives of Miami. That's like.
That was the first thing I saw her on.
During that same fucking interview that when they asked about with Mike being the best man, they asked her, so is your wedding gonna air on the Real House? I was like, oh, that's what this is about. Like, yeah. Like, are they really in love? Or this is like this some Kim Kardashian, Chris Humphries nonsense? It's like, is it like, is that what's really going on? Because like what bigger story than like, Scottie Pippen's ex-wife marries Michael
Jordan's son.
What bigger story can you have than that? Yeah. So I'm thinking it's like all of this publicity. Is this a sham? Like I said, I asked Robin Thicke about Kim Kardashian's marriage to Chris Humphrey. Is this a sham? Yeah. Thotty and Mark is a sham. It's like, it's like, because I was like, I didn't think about the reality TV angle. It was like, is this whole relationship for that and shit? Yeah, that's what I started thinking.
I'd say about that is I'm hoping that if it is off of publicity, I'm hoping that he actually is in on it because
Chris Humphries,
he was not in on it. He was not.
Thought that he was like,
I'm getting married.
Got my queen and all. Like, no, you don't. It's
like some big Herman Munster looking dude. He looked like that. He looked a bit goofy. I'm right here with her. I'm with kid. He really thought that they was like really together, and then she's like, no.
This is for keeping up with the Kardashians. Yeah. This marriage is not real. It's not real, Chris.
It's just we know what she really wanted. She wanted Reggie Bush. I mean, I get that. I get why she wanted Reggie Bush.
She ended up with Ye.
I get Reggie Bush. She ended up with
Ye. But
when I saw Reggie Bush, I was like, oh, okay. Okay. I get that. That I understand. But and then Kanye is Kanye. We'll just say it like that. He's Kanye. I mean,
I'll always be a fan of Kanye, but yeah, he's a lot.
Kanye.
He's a lot.
And I'm not trying to blame it on Gemini, but I mean, he's making Geminis prove up to like the Geminis are crazy and Geminis are kind of
something to that Gemini stuff. Even though rest of our dad, he was normal, but yeah.
And Marcus is normal. Marcus is a Gemini, but he's normal.
To that Gemini stuff. Kanye, Prince,
Donald Trump,
Tupac, Donald Trump. It's something to that. It's like, yeah, it's something to that. It's like
Gemini.
To that Gemini thing, and I'll leave it at that. That Mount Rushmore there, like, yeah, Kanye, Prince, Tupac, Trump is like, yeah, that's a Mount Rushmore for your ass right there.
I summarize it in a nutshell.
That's a fucking right there. That's a Rushmore for you there, man.
But I guess the best of luck to the couple is what I'll say.
What Naima said.
So my question now, is she going to drop Pippen? Is she going to be Larsa Jordan then? Is that what's going to happen?
She'll always be Thotty Pippen no matter who she marries.
Or is she going to still keep Pippen?
She'll always be Thotty Pippen.
Because she divorced Pippen like a while back, so it's like
she'll always be Thotty Pippen. She'd probably be Thotty Pippen Jordan. Yeah, it's like, I have both names. Yeah, I have both names. Pippen and Jordan, the greatest duo of all time. I have both names. Yeah, she's gonna keep both. Be Thotty Pippen Jordan. She's gonna change her first name to Thotty too. Yeah, Thotty Pippen Jordan is gonna be her name. Name the pot.
This is my question. What's she going to do with her name? Is she going to be Larsa Jordan?
Thotty Pippen Jordan. It's going to be it.
I know. But hopefully, if it is a sham, I hope that he actually is in on the deal and he gets something out of the deal rather than not getting nothing out of the deal.
Let's stay on the NBA, like we're talking about it, and ridiculous wives and all that. Let's talk about average Joe Smith. Yeah. You saw the story about him. You saw the viral video of his wife got an OnlyFans.
And here's my thing. And shout out to, who's it that you introduced me to the page? The Spencer, what was his name?
Spencer Cornelia, yeah.
Yes, I followed.
I some great kick-ass content, yeah.
I watched his video about that, and I'm like, yeah.
I did watch his video about the OnlyFans. He's talking about how like Joe Smith blew through 60 million, basically. He's like, this dude made 60 million for his career. Like he broke down.
Here's my thing.
So like he broke down like, if it was me, here's what I would have done. He said I would have had like over 100 like rental properties making money. He broke it down like what he would have done. Because Spencer, he's I think he's into real estate. He's into
real estate,
which is why he was all over that DJ Envy Caesar Pena story, because he's a real estate.
He does stuff the right way.
Yeah.
The right way.
Why he was all over that story.
He broke it down and he strategic. He said he could have been earning this amount monthly from a rental. Like it's like he could have been earning this residual income monthly. Mm-hmm. But once again, like I said, like we can't fully blame Joe for, well, I mean, like he did lose his money, so he was done for that. But what I'm going to say is like
Joe was like 20 years old when he got drafted.
And the knowledge wasn't there. This was in the 90s. The knowledge was not there.
Class of 95. So imagine like you're 20 years old, somebody like he hands you $1 million at that age. It's like, yeah, shit. Come on.
Like the little boy with the golden ticket with Willy Wonka. That's how you're going to be looking.
Exactly, yeah.
At that. So I mean, like I said, the knowledge wasn't there in the 90s, but now we've grown in 30 years. Like I said, this is almost 30 years ago.
And so we have these cautionary stories too, like a Joe Smith or a Twine. There's like stories now. Well, that's what Twine does now. He speaks to like athletes about not blowing their money. That's his job. Yeah, he goes around talking to athletes about that.
While he didn't blow his money, but he's a businessman. Shaq is such a person that breaks down. Shaq did the thing where he was like, okay, this is your check, tear it in half, and then tear it in half again. You live off of 25%. Yeah. That's what you do. That's what he showed. That's what you do. Shaq showed that as an example. He said he blew one check. He said his first NBA check he bought some dumb shit, and then his advisor told him, you do that, you're going to end up broke. And he never did again. He was like, you're going to go broke doing that.
Sarge got in his ass too. Sarge ain't playing stepdaddy.
His daddy wasn't playing.
So I'm sure he got in his ass too.
And the advisor, yep.
And the Sarge and shit said, hey, like, don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. Sarge someday, don't fuck this up. He probably told him the hood way where like the advisor told, it was like Key and Peele with like the Obama. Like the advisor told him like Peele was like, and then Sarge told him like Key, like, okay, don't fuck this up, man. Bro, you fucking up, man.
But no, but like delving into this, like, so how I feel about, I'm kind of on the fence about anytime when a story or video goes viral, I'm inclined to believe that 95% of these things are staged. That's just where I am right now. My mind.
I watched the video and it did look it looked a little staged. It
looked a little stagey.
Was like just like Thotty Pippen and Marcus Jordan. That's starting to like when I thought about the reality show when they mentioned that, I'm like that whole relationship might be staged for that purpose. It's like, and now
because with Joe Smith and his wife, when I just saw it, just like the stills and just saw like maybe like a 10-second clip, I didn't really know what to think. But then when I actually watched the whole thing, I'm like, this feels a little stagey.
Yeah.
It feels a little Diary of a Mad Black Woman
because
acting-ish.
It feels me, I can't speak for Joe Smith, but if it was me, I'm like, stop recording me, bitch. Like, I'm not gonna let you just put this out. Like, I can't. You're grown. I can't. I'm just gonna stop talking. It's like, yeah, you're not using me for content. Basically, that's all I'm like.
I'm gonna walk away and leave the room.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna stop talking. I say, yeah, okay.
I'm leaving the room.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna be part of that. Yeah, you're not putting me on the internet looking stupid and shit. Yeah. So the fact that he had this whole thing and it was like on her live or whatever it was, is like it makes you think that it was this staged. It's like, yeah,
it seemed a little stagey. But my thing is,
like promote her OnlyFans is like because they if it'll stay, he's in on the shit too. Is okay, we got to get them numbers up. Yeah. Let's have an argument online. It's like that'll help get.
And this drives the business.
So now everybody's talking about her own. I didn't even know who she was until this story.
I did.
Now everybody's talking about her OnlyFans. It's like, yeah.
And delving in further, like I said, looking at her history, like she's a former porn star.
Yep. So you know who you married, homie.
So what's the old phrase? You can't turn what into a housewife? Might be some truth to that.
HEAUX.
You can't turn one of them into a housewife. So my thing is, if you, I'm not saying people can't reform and change. That's not what I'm saying. But if you go in marrying certain people who have certain pasts or whatever, and then being surprised that their past came back to the surface again, like now you're upset. It's kind of like, what?
Who said that? Yeah.
Because I mean, I get it. Like sometimes, like some people do completely like the Justin Timberlake and T.I. The old me's dead and gone. Sometimes the old you is dead and gone. Sometimes, but sometimes it comes back.
Yeah, like you do gotta give people a chance, like because we do shit on people too much in this generation. Malcolm X would have never existed in this generation.
There you go, because he would have been canceled.
It's been Detroit Red, like to people. Yeah, you a street hustler, you a pimp. It's like, yeah, ain't nobody listening to your ass. You
was a hustler, you a con man, whatever.
So Malcolm X could have never existed. We just threw him out. It's like because of this Detroit Red fest. It's like, yeah. So you do gotta give, because people do change. It's like, because when he became Malcolm, he was a reformed man by then.
You think about it, like Malcolm X died before the age of 40. He was like 35, 36?
35, something like that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when he was Detroit Red, he was like 19. He was a young kid.
Yeah,
he was like,
went to prison. He was a young guy, yeah. It's Detroit Red, yeah.
He was a kid.
And then turned his life around, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But my thing is like, you can't be shocked like if something like resurfaces and then you're like, how could you, like when you act shocked, it's like, it kind of, especially like if like the stuff is just dormant in somebody, because sometimes stuff is just dormant. It just needs like, you just need something just to like reignite it. You know what I mean?
Or something like OnlyFans is like, which got
reignite it.
Pandemic, OnlyFans became a thing, and that's what they reignited it in there. It's like, she saw these other chicks making money. She's like, yeah, I need to start. I'm not having sex. Yeah, I'm just showing ass. I'm not actually like letting them hit it. It's like, so it's not the same. It's like, yeah, actually making porn. I'm just showing titty. It's like, yeah. So hey,
and I'm making more money doing this now than I was doing
more
porn.
money showing titty than actually like getting banged. It's like, yeah. So like she looks at it like that. People see how much they pay me just to watch me and shit. Yeah.
But that's my thing too. So it's like, so it's more layers to this than like we mentioned earlier, how Mr. Joe made $61 million. And at the time when he did his interview, he had like less than $1,000 in his bank account, something crazy.
Yeah.
Like when he like realized that he had
no played like 15 years. He had a long career. He played about 15 something like that. Not like he was like, yeah, I get when some NBA cats go broke. If you were barely in the league, it's like
you were barely in the league. You were in the league 2 seasons,
yeah,
3 seasons tops.
Yeah, but
you ain't gonna have no money.
He had like a 15-year career, made like $60 million. It's like,
yeah, and they show his contracts when he was getting paid. At one point, he got paid like over $5 million, $7 million, something like that. He was getting. Yeah. He had some nice contracts in there.
Yeah,
he had some good contracts. He did. So his total earnings total 61 million, even if you take away half for taxes, because you get taxed like crazy when you make that much money. Yeah. You still have 30 million.
And let's say 10% age, that's 3 million. That's still 27 million left. It's like you still had a lot of money. It's like you have to try to go broke, like Spencer said. You got to try to go broke.
27 million is life-changing money.
Yeah.
That is like under a normal circumstance, you should be able to live the rest of your life, your kids' life, your grandkids, your great
generational wealth, like $30 million.
That should be legacy.
Yeah. That's generational there.
But
unless you're trying to go broke and shit.
But if you have budgeting issues, whereas you just buy shit and don't, like, you spend a weekend, like for example, like we went to Vegas for a weekend. You go to Vegas for a weekend, you spend $100,000 and you don't even know where you even spent it. You do stuff like that. You just spending without even counting. You just spending.
And keywords, y'all went to Vegas. You didn't bring an entourage. It's like, yeah.
No.
You go to Vegas, and you're coming to Vegas, and you're coming to Vegas. Oprah and shit is like, yeah, you have like, now you got 50 people, and y'all are paying for everyone, like 50 people.
You paying for everything. Like, yeah, and not only that, you got to take a private plane because you can't fly on commercial.
Oh, yeah, we got 50 people. We getting our own plane. It's like, yeah.
Private jet.
Yeah. So we're gonna charter a plane for all of us, and we staying in penthouse
Bellagio
and the suite, at
the Bellagio.
Mm-hmm.
Bellagio is very expensive. Yeah. If you look at their prices, it's very expensive to stay at the Bellagio.
Yeah.
But you do stuff like that, you're not even. And then the other vices, like I say, okay, if you like are heavy into gambling, or if you like if you drug alcohol, or if you like hoes, that's another addiction.
Vegas, that's big. And so hoes are big in Vegas. So yeah, you spending $1,000 just to like get some ass. It's like, yeah, and let's say you do that like the whole time you're there, $1,000 a pop is like as like 10,000. Let's say you hit 10 holes like while you're out there. It's like. That adds up. It's just $10,000 just on sex and shit.
Mm-hmm. And then let's start talking about child support. Like I said, like if you get these women pregnant, you got a baby mama drama
that you weren't married to. It's like kids like.
Or if you weren't married to somebody, you got divorced and then you didn't have a good freedom.
Pay alimony and child support. You
take half.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I mean, a lot of factors can happen, but the bottom line is that you have to plan. So. Like I said, so the layer in is what she is kind of trying to present is that she was like, well, you were broke. We had no money. So I did this because you had no money.
I did this for us, basically. Yeah. Because like, yes, that's how
that's a tough bag though. That's really tough though.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know the story. When I saw his wife and I'm like, what happened? I was like, why are you doing that? Your husband is an ex-NBA player. And I'm like, oh, he didn't have no money. Oh, he spent all his money. Damn. I was like, oh.
He's in Swan territory. That's what.
Yikes. Because immediately I'm like, how are you doing this? And if
I thought that too. I was like, yeah, Joe Smith had a long career. That's my first thing. I was like, the dude played about 15 years, so I know he made some money. Then like, oh, okay.
He lost all the money.
Because he played because like Nazi had a long career like that, and he played about as long as not because Nazi played like 17 seasons, so he had a long career like that and shit. Yeah, it's like it seems like you would have some money, but not unnecessarily though.
So we just broke out the scenarios, and then the other thing you buy like I said, like if we were like at a point where we could we bought a house for mom, we bought a house for his mom, we bought a house for you, we bought a house for Feast, we bought a house for you, buying houses for everybody. You can't do that either. That's another thing. People buy houses for like everybody in their family. Yep. So now you're carrying mortgages on like 10 properties.
Yeah.
That these people can't afford.
Not to mention the others like trinkets you get, like exotic cars and like
jewelry,
Birkin bags and all of this nonsense.
Yeah, chain. This $250,000 around my neck. You got a chain now. Yep. You get your girl a ring, diamond this big.
Yep.
So you can burn through that money very quickly if you're not paying attention, you're not careful with this. So
this is why I called him Average Joe Smith, which should have been his. I think that should have been it. Everybody got a nickname like Air Jordan, Magic Johnson, Penny
Average Joe.
Average Joe should have been his because everything about him was average. Like say his name is Joe Smith. He got the most basic name. Ever. And then his career, he's like he wasn't the worst number because he was drafted number 1 overall. He's in that number 1 class. He wasn't the worst number 1 overall, but he was far from the best. It's like he was right in the middle somewhere. So like Average Joe Smith.
Average Joe.
What he went? Hey, I would have called if I was announced. I would have called him that. Yeah.
It's just your Average Joe.
Average Joe for 3. Like I would have like leaned into that. He probably got mad and shit. I wouldn't have gave a shit if I was the announcer. He'd have been Average Joe Smith.
If that wasn't staged, then my advice that I still keep on saying to couples is everything doesn't need to be filmed and put on social media. Get the hell off of social media. That's the first advice I give.
Facts.
And then for the people. And then for the people that want to do that, my thing that I say this, once you open that gate, like, okay, if you want to do stuff for likes and for clicks and for clout or whatever they say or whatever, then just be prepared that now this is going to be your legacy. This is what you are now. So do you really want to go down this road and be that?
You got to decide, is that what you want?
If you have no problem with that, then do you. But if at some point, if you're like, I don't want to be known as that yada yada, then maybe you may want to rethink that strategy. So, but I wish them luck and get off the internet, have a private conversation with your husband off the internet. Right. That's what I say to her. And hopefully y'all, like whatever money, if you are making money like hand over fist like that with OnlyFans, don't lose that money too. Put in an index fund or some real estate. Put in stuff that's going to make you some money.
Best of luck to Average Joe Smith and his OnlyFans wife. As we wrap up and not another damn podcast. And we pretty much got a whole episode about sports, but not really about sports. It's funny.
Yeah, sports adjacent.
All of our topics was sports adjacent. That might be what we call this episode.
Sports adjacent, because some people don't like the sports stuff, but
talk sports, but didn't talk sports. It's like every topic, I believe. So definitely appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast, episode 335. You want to support us further? Here's what you got to do: give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. Talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey.
YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. You know how to do that. You can also follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. I won't be on the quad with Smart Ass University, though, for those watching on YouTube.
Hey, you can check me at MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs, and for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And we will talk to you later. I'm gone.